What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Born Offside. We're back for week 2 of the new year. Last week was fat, PH fat, to say the least. 3 episodes. Elephant fat. Oh yeah, the elephant fat. You're bringing that back. You're trying to get me into trouble. You're trying to get me into some hot water. It's been a busy week when it comes to football, and it's about to be another one as well. Plenty of midweek action coming up. We're going to cover all of that. Plus, we're going way offside as we always do. Kicking off with Kat joining me. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very, very well. And you said again before this podcast how you're going to go so offside with this episode. He keeps doing that. He's setting a real tone for this new season.
What are we called? We can't just sit here and play.
Exactly, bro.
Play it safe.
Exactly.
Life's too short to pass it back to the goalkeeper. That's a wise man once said that, right? Olan, busy week for you, bruv. You walked in with an extra spring in your step. You know you can. You know they say you can see it on someone if they've just had sex that morning. You can see it on them.
Well,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can see it on Olan that he just got verified on Instagram and he's now a blue tick.
It's like the same.
It's the same glow. You look like a lava lamp. How you feeling?
You know what? All I can say is I like to thank Born Offside for your part you played in it. I was like my mum, my dad, people like that gave me the position to be where I am now.
And nice. You said your rates went up 100%.
Yeah, my rates doubled, man. Not the same price as tomorrow. Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's what we tell them.
So did you do anything different, or you just kept hounding them and eventually they just?
Do you know what it was like? I'll tell you the story of how it or when it happened. But also, okay, I'm trying to add this bit in. So basically, every time you apply, you got to give reasons as to why they think you should verify you. So you got to give 5 or so whatever points.
Right. And the
last
are you
2.
Tell us your reasons.
Well,
don't give away the secrets.
You've got to link articles. You don't actually give reasons.
Okay.
Right, so you link articles as to why they should verify it. Last 2 times they rejected me. I think that was like 6-7 months ago. This time, I put in the SBS.
Oh, so SBS is the reason you're a verified man.
It could be SBS. I put in the SBS.
Sheesh.
I put everything else was pretty much the same.
That
I added. That was the only difference. I added the SBS. I think 2 articles with SBS, and that might have done the trick.
There you go.
There we go.
That's what free-to-air television does.
I appreciate you, SBS.
You also, in the same week, you rolled into a JD Sports advert as a PE teacher. Might I add, while I'm a big fan of OLANTEKKERS, I would never let him anywhere around the future.
I used to be a PE teacher, bro.
Yeah?
I actually
did.
Yeah, I used to be a teacher. Yeah.
How many lives have you lived?
I've lived many. I'm a man of many talents. So.
That was good. Your acting was class,
you guys liked it?
Very good.
Very good.
I was a big fan of it.
I was memorizing that. Like 2 days for 2 days, just saying my lines over and over again. So
was it a fun experience?
Yeah, it was fun. It was like I had to say the same line for about 7 hours. So that speech, I had to do it from like 3-4 different angles, exactly the same speech. So by like thousandth time, I had it smashed. But it was good. It was a great experience. I enjoyed it. I'm glad people liked it too.
Yeah, I loved it.
Maybe I'll get more acting roles. Who knows?
Maybe is Home and Away still going?
Hey.
That's a good question. I don't
Get
know.
Speaking
of free to air.
I don't think I could do an Aussie accent though for the whole.
You don't have to.
You can be
really?
You can
you got a terrible Aussie accent.
Yeah, well, sometimes when I'm nah.
When you're drunk, it comes out better. That's what you're gonna say.
I was just gonna say, and I feel like we shouldn't bypass this. Speaking of Australian experiences, you tried something on the weekend as well. That's very iconically Australian.
A
Bunnings snag.
The thought of Olan walking into a Bunnings and asking for a snag.
Where did you ask? You didn't go to like the front counter.
No. I saw the area.
They were cooking. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the area. I was with the missus. I went over and I was like, "Oh, can I have a Bunnings snag?" And that's what they gave me.
Right.
And then apparently it's not the right thing.
What do you mean? How do you get a snag wrong?
Apparently
it's a sausage on bread,
and then a couple people were screenshotting me with my mouth open and saying, "Olan, what's going on here?"
And photoshopping.
Yeah.
So they photoshopping.
So I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize how wrong that looks."
You knew that was coming.
I just put it up there, but apparently, I did it wrong.
Yeah,
because it's supposed to be a bun, right?
I think it's just supposed to be sliced bread.
It's just a sliced bread
with a sausage in it.
But that's what it was. It was a hot dog kind of thing.
No, sliced bread, like square.
It was supposed to be. It wasn't that.
It wasn't square. Huh?
No, you had like a legitimate hot dog bun.
You had like a bougie Bunnings.
He had a bougie.
You might have been a Mitre 10. Either way, let's move on to the rest that has happened this week. Look. We're getting into the Twitter sphere. I know Olan's now mates with the whole football Twitter, which is fantastic.
They let me in the back door.
They let you in, which is fantastic. We just thought we'd have a laugh.
Cat took that all wrong.
They let you in the back door.
Disgusting.
That's all right. You said you tried something new this week. Nice to know. Nice to know you tried the back door. Twitter, Kat.
Yeah.
It's an interesting place. And one of our videos did pretty well last week. We're talking about the managerial thing. I got fed. I always do on Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't really read much of it. Listen to this tweet. I got tagged in this tweet. I thought it was interesting, right? Claudes is the next Craig Foster.
Oh my God.
Starts good, right?
I mean, yeah.
It depends how
it
you
depends
feel
how you
about Craig
take
Foster.
it.
Craig Foster, he's an icon of the game.
He is.
I
He's done a lot for the
I
game.
got these notifications. I turn all my notifications off for all my social media, but because I'm not on Twitter much, I haven't turned it off for Twitter. I will now. I was just chilling at home. I see that. I was like, oh, that's a very nice thing to say about me. See more. And after that, it continues. Claudes is the next Craig Foster. Both weasels who try to act unbiased but are actually pricks. Who twist their bias. Always underhanded, whatever the fuck that means, and very obviously unlikable, despite the nice guy fronts they put up.
Wow.
That's done me. Both weasels.
Oh.
Man really came for you, you know. He said, no, I'm giving it to you,
A
Claude.
weasel's different, hey?
No, it's just like, such a, I don't know, that insult's different.
How do you feel reading that?
Yeah.
I could not give the slightest fuck, to be completely honest with you, because this guy's an absolute nobody. He also went, I think he came out born offside a little bit as well. He's the guy that was going on about it. It was a bitching podcast. Well, we're going offside, bruv, and we don't know who you are, for good reason, clearly. But it's good that you know who we all are.
Someone with like a picture of like 2008 Ryan Giggs with like 300 followers. That's the one with like, that's going to give it to you the most. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense.
Which we were laughing at before the show because we were reading some of Kat's DMs, right? From guys that say,
oh my Lord,
you think we're offside? You got to read Kat's DMs.
We're going to have like a segment just for like Kat's DMs.
They're in hidden requests for a reason.
Right.
And
I used to get some
them.
pretty bad ones, but Kat, your ones now, you're topping the pile.
Yeah.
I think it's an experience that Danny and Kat, who also work with us, they experience this as well.
It's probably just like
you know
women
what it
in
is? It's
football,
like
women in the public sphere with all this shit.
Because you're like, you're going straight into guys.
But they're not even hiding it. That's what we're saying. Me and Olan were laughing. It's not even, most of the time when I cop abuse, it's from a dummy account. These guys are openly like...
Like they're not even on private. I can go in and I can see probably who their uncle and auntie are. I can message the whole family if I wanted to.
All.
Oh, well.
Doesn't mean I will.
Shoot your shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's talk some football, shall we? I think that's why we all hung out today. Let's talk a little bit about the A-League, a couple storylines that popped up. One of them was Mark Rudan having a whinge, as he does sometimes. He's a good gaffer. They played against Melbourne City, 1-1 draw. They played a 3 p.m. kickoff in the middle of summer. Olan, you come from England where it's a winter game. Most of the world football is a winter game. The women, like the men kind of kicked us think about this. The women have to do with this every week.
In saying that though, we've had quite a few reschedules of games due to weather.
Just too hot.
Yeah.
Football should not be played probably in summer, but if it is played in summer, it should not be played at 3 p.m.
No.
Yeah, you got to wait for the sun to come down.
Yeah,
I remember living in America, that all the games would be 7 p.m. because they know it's just too hot to play at that time. It's a completely different game. Everyone's tired after 25 minutes.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you train, when that sun's beating on your face, and you're a winger and they expect you to come
beating on your face.
I've got some phrases
Pause.
today, you know. It's one of those ones. Beating on your face and you're running up.
Whose son's beating on your face, bro? That's fucked up. Anyway.
Slapping on your face. And you're running up and down that sideline. It's tough. It's tough.
My God.
Well, Mark Rudan said he lost 3 kilos of sweat just coaching on the sideline. So he felt for his players. Kat, would you like to see the games moved? I mean, there's always this big discussion, should football even be played in summer? But we know we're competing with a lot of other codes.
Well, we can't change the season and when it's placed. But I absolutely think if it's a scorcher of a day, move the game. It's the players' well-being. They play better that.
And the quality will go up.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
And also, as a spectator, you're more likely to go at a time where you're going to sit comfortably and watch the game.
Yeah.
The Adelaide game last week got moved for the women's. It was supposed to be a 3 p.m. kickoff. It was too hot in Adelaide.
Yeah.
They said, no, it was a 7 p.m. kickoff instead.
Right.
It's way better for spectators too.
Right.
And we're trying to grow the audience. So
definitely.
we should be doing that.
That's what we need. Would like to see it change. Me personally, I don't like to play. If sun's up, I don't want to play. I'll wait till the sun goes down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But let's see what they do. Sydney FC, I want to ask you that one, Kat, because their season's gone from bad to worse. 2-0 up. It was looking good. Our boy Joe Lole back in the team scoring a golazo. But Jack Rodwell missed it again. Now, fears that he's injured potentially again. He's had big injury problems. That's yet another big player, another marquee player that just doesn't seem to get cracking in the A-League.
He was all right for us.
He was decent for Wanderers, since as soon as Sydney got him.
marquee curse or something.
Look, they ended up drawing the game. It was good to see David Williams score. Shout out to him. 17 years now since he made his A-League debut and he popped up for a goal. But David Nicotra asked, do you think it's time for Steve Croker to go? You're the Sydney FC person here on the couch. Yeah. Is it time, Kat? Yes or no? Don't sit. I know Kat loves sitting on the fence.
You do sometimes.
I'm very diplomatic.
You already have Claudes who's on the fence. You've got to be...
Exactly.
Not at this point in the season.
Yeah.
I think if he does have to go, I think it's important to note that Croker plays such an important role, not just as a manager, but he has a very long history with the club.
Right.
He's very intrinsically connected, and any supporter of Sydney FC kind of associates him with the club. And I'm not saying that should mean that he can stick around longer just because.
But is he just sticking around because you feel bad for him, or is he going to turn this around and chuck a Mikel Arteta and end up winning the league?
I don't think he's going to turn it around. And I just think it's distasteful after such a long history with the club to sack him halfway through a season or, when we're kind of just let him finish out the season, let him get the best result possible and then go back to the drawing board.
Fortunately for him, we play in a league with absolutely no relegation, so who cares? It's always next year. Yeah. Now, I want to move over to the rest of the world. We'll start in the Premier League. There was a Manchester derby. Manchester United, Kat's already giggling, I don't know why. Manchester derby, Man United beat City. They're showing they're the real deal. Raddy Roller asked, are United in this title race now, Olan?
Title race?
I don't
know about...
They're 1 point off City. I believe they're 9 points off Arsenal now.
Do you guys think being 8 points ahead of City, Arsenal are kind of in a safe space now?
As in winning the title?
Put it this way, if you reverse the two teams, if City were 8 points in front of Arsenal, I'd say it's over.
We'd be saying, City are done. City are done.
But because it's Arsenal...
Do you know what? I will say a few things about United and Ten Hag and what he's done. Like, turn that place around.
It's amazing.
And he's one of those managers now, I think someone said it the other day, where these managers, Arteta and Ten Hag, are both managers that they've gone, if you don't like my system, fuck off. And do you know what? It's actually started to work. At first we were like, oh no, what the hell? But it's actually started to work, and now you can see the fruits of their labour. I'm honestly loving seeing the turnaround for Marcus Rashford. That's been my favourite thing this season. Yeah, he's balling. Because he does cop a lot of hate. He cops, especially for England, wherever. But this season he's been through the roof. And his celebration, everyone knows his celebration. He started doing some... I don't know what it means, but he just started doing this and everyone's loving it. So
it looks, it
looks good.
I do rate it. Casemiro's been unbelievable for Manchester
he had
United. That's a proper
great
impact.
game.
Twitter's also gassing Casemiro a bit too much. Though.
Too much, you reckon?
Too much.
He ain't that good?
I don't know what I saw. I saw 2 passes that he done that were sick passes and everyone's like, oh my God, the best midfielder. I'm like, bro, Pogba used to do this all the time. What are you lot talking about? But yeah, Twitter's gassing him a bit too much.
Okay.
But he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good, but just going too far.
Proper impact signing. Who would be closer? Who are Arsenal's main challengers now? Is it City or is it United? Because Pep Guardiola came out after the game saying, I don't care about the Premier League. We cannot win it anymore. So what he said is...
come on.
What he's trying to say...
You know what? He loves saying that. He loves saying that.
But the focus must be the Champions League for Manchester City. Who do you think, like, if anyone is going to push Arsenal to the end, is it still City? Or could it be United now?
It's still City.
It's still City?
It's still City. It's Manchester City.
Okay.
That squad's incredible and they can work wonders. I think they've obviously just had the last couple of weeks. They haven't had the most ideal results, but it doesn't mean that Arsenal can't have a couple of hard weeks and then before you know it, City are up again.
I don't like Manchester United. Yeah. No, I could say that openly. I'm not a big fan.
Because I hate them too.
Because growing up, they kept winning. Or winning all the time. Yeah. So I don't like them. But I've been bitten by it. I think they're going to push Arsenal this season. Wow. I can't see Man United. The way they're playing, I don't think they're going to really... I can't see them dropping that many more points. I think... I don't know. I could just see it. Like, no, title challenge is a stretch. Yeah. But I think they're going to be there. If Arsenal do win the league, I could see United coming second, not far behind, and pushing them to the last few
who would
weeks.
you rather win the league? Arsenal, United, or City?
The thing is, when City win it, it doesn't hurt me that much.
Yeah, it's just like
because I don't know that many City fans.
No. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, it's just like, they won it again. Who cares?
If Arsenal, that's what I'm saying as well. But
I like Arsenal. I like what they've done. But the fans,
win this,
yeah.
The Invincibles.
Yeah.
We still hear about it.
I know.
They don't need to win anything for the next 20 years.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want those Arsenal fans.
The fans are the worst part.
I'm going to throw something out there. Every fan's annoying.
Every fan?
Every fan.
There aren't a certain club.
There's certain fans that are a different level, though. An Arsenal fan is one of them.
Especially around
Liverpool's up there.
Liverpool's up there too. I can't even talk to Liverpool fans.
Yeah, Liverpool's like up there with the top 3 most annoying fans, but Arsenal's up there as well.
You know what I will say about United? I think they frustrate me a bit because, again, they were so successful growing up. Their fans are okay. I think their fans are all right. I mean, as Kat said, I don't like anyone's fans, but better than Liverpool and Arsenal, I find.
Do you know why that is now? Do you think now, though? Because
they've been humbled.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they've been so desensitized.
They've been
That's
humbled.
what I'm saying. The United fan of... Like, I've got
But
best
Arsenal
mates.
had been humbled for years. They didn't change. They're still... So the moment they put 3 wins together...
It's because Arsenal are more hopeful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Arsenal live on the hope. Arsenal fans live on the hope, whereas United fans are more like, no. We should be winning.
Yeah.
Like, we're used to winning.
Yeah.
And then the realization set in.
Yeah.
And then they all humble themselves a little bit, I believe, for United fans, anyway. Because I got friends back home who are hardcore United fans, and now they're so much more humble than they were like 5 years ago when Ronaldo was there.
Yeah, it might be. Look, I want to talk about Arsenal in a second and that win against Spurs because that was massive in itself.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it. First, I want to talk about United. That goal that ended up being scored by Bruno Fernandes, but Marcus Rashford seemed to be offside. He didn't touch the ball. Petr Cech tweeted, the first United goal just proved the people who make the rules don't understand the game. Petr Cech was pissed off at that one.
Wow.
Is he offside?
Oh, it's such a tough one because I've seen a few people break it down in a sense.
He does influence
where
the
they
play.
say he influences the play. Carl Walker didn't know who was shooting. Also, Edison didn't know who was shooting either.
Yeah.
So that could have impacted whether the goal went in or not.
Yeah.
But this rule has been in place before.
Yeah.
There's been other times where this has happened and people were confused by it as well.
Yeah.
But
Well, it used to be.
I'm on the fence about this one. I'm
See,
just like,
this is where I say I think in the modern rules of the game, since they changed the offside rule, that's offside. However, I do remember a time when, do you remember the player would make a good run, leave it?
I
like that.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Yeah.
And it's still you're not impacting the play, but you leave it, but you're still in the way of somebody.
Yeah.
So technically, you are impacting the play.
It was
Do you know what I
tactical.
mean?
I kind of used to like it.
You're just playing the rules to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So it has changed. I think by the rules of the current game, that goal should not have stood.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that it stood, if that makes sense. Because I like how it used to be, where you could be a bit cheeky like that. Make a run, you're offside. Oh, I left it, and it's like, I like that.
But I think we've sucked the fun from the game a little bit when we've brought in rules like that as well.
Yeah,
Because there should be a cheekiness around trying to bend the rules a little bit, make it work. I don't think that's, if anything, it's a smart play.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, it worked for them. It was a massive result, not only for Man United, but also for Arsenal. It gave them that breathing space at the top. They backed it up by beating Spurs. There were scenes there. Richarlison was being his typical shithouser himself, trying to fight Aaron Ramsdale at the end of the game. A fan jumped onto the fence and kicked Ramsdale.
I saw that.
That was mental.
Seriously.
That's out of order.
And
what's going on with keepers lately?
It's always keepers. It's always
We
keepers.
said it last week.
I think because they're so close to the active support.
Yeah.
And they're usually a bit
It's true.
fried.
It's true.
It would get in your head, surely,
Yeah.
if you just hear those chants all game long.
Yeah.
Especially when the play's up the other end for the majority of the game
Yeah.
and you're just stuck with the fans.
Yeah, and Ramsdale's a proper wind-up. And then,
he
we
is.
saw Xhaka running to try and get involved in the fight.
Oh, yeah. And then
Mikel Arteta chased him.
Grabbed him. He knew what was going on. He said, no, I need my skipper.
That guy loves
I
a
need
red
him for the
card.
next couple of weeks.
I don't blame him. But we saw plenty of scenes going on in the Premier League. Another one was with Everton. Now, because we talk a lot about the A-League, and everyone's like, if in case you haven't flicked on mainstream news, they're still talking about it. Channel 7, they still find a reason to bring up the hooligans, the soccer hooligans.
Shock.
But shock there. But at Everton now, dangerous times at Everton. Everton have now lost 4 straight home games for the first time since 1958. There's big pressure on Frankie Lampard. He's aging by the day, by the way. He looks like he could be a grandfather anytime.
They say that managing does that to you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Ages you fast.
Because Frank was looking good to the end of his career. Now he's
He
looking...
was looking alright at Chelsea.
Yeah.
When he first come in.
Frank footballer versus Frank manager.
Yeah.
He's aged tenfold.
He's always had the nickname Fat Frank, but now he's living up to it a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, poor Frank.
I'd be eating too if I was managing that team. But basically, the board of directors were instructed not to attend the game over the weekend against Southampton because there was a credible threat to their safety.
Oh, wow.
So apparently, right, Everton's CEO, who is a female, has been on the receiving end of misogynist, sexist threats when she goes to the game. Apparently, someone tried to spit on her at one point.
My days.
Now, the Everton fans have come out now and denied it all, and they've said that the club now is just basically spinning this narrative to take the attention off how shit the team is. They said there's no proof of any of this happening.
Oh, wow.
But basically, what I'm trying to say is like, we think we've got problems here.
Yeah,
There's problems
wow.
everywhere in the world. Like football fans are crazy.
Well, I saw. Did you see that video of Yerry Mina?
What's he done?
So Yerry Mina was
Colombiano.
he was just I think he
He's
was
a
outside the
wind-up.
game.
Yeah.
But there was a bunch of Everton fans around him, and they weren't having a go, but it was more like, where's the passion, lad?
Yeah.
You can be our skipper, mate.
Yeah,
Like they were going in. There was this one kid going in, and you know what I mean? He's just standing there like, yeah. You know, he has no idea what they're saying. He can't understand the Scouse accent.
Yeah.
But it was like kind of that. It didn't seem like they were being violent, but it seemed like they just wanted to see passion from them. You know, they were saying
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
these guys are on millions of dollars. Like, fair enough. They need to show you more. You know.
So.
The one thing that I feel comes up a lot is that it's that expectation around performance. And if your fans aren't asking that of you, that's a poor reflection of your fan base, of your history.
Yeah.
You want your fans to make you want to play better.
100%.
And if you don't have stuff like that going on, who is going to motivate you?
Yeah, exactly. And you see it in the German Bundesliga when they lose a few games in a row. They usually have to line up against and face the ultras and hear the abuse. They make the players do that. So you know, it's mad. I love that stuff as long as it stays within reason.
Because there's people that live for this sport, right? Like every day, like that's what gets them out of bed. Exactly. They're not players. They're just spectators. They're fans. They're so emotionally connected. I can't blame people for doing that.
They're the only reason you're driving the fancy cars and wearing the fancy clothes. So you can shut up and listen to them when they have something to say. It is transfer season because it's January. And Mudryk signs for Chelsea after all the drama and all the links to Arsenal. Once again, Chelsea pinch a player off Arsenal, despite them about to potentially win a Premier League title. Is that just money? That's just Todd Bowley just opening the wallet, Olan? And how do you feel about this signing?
I'm not... You know what? I've watched a couple clips of him. Yeah, he's good, but bro, we paid what, over 100?
It's a lot of money.
100 and something million for 7 years.
Yeah.
That's a graveyard contract. Yeah. We don't know how good this guy's going to be. We bought him from the Ukraine league, correct?
From Shakhtar,
So it's like, we think he might be good. He's showing, but there's no proof that he's worth that amount of money. Do you know what I mean? And
he's giving me mad Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. If you actually, don't you reckon? If you actually listen to the interview,
have you seen the tattoo he's got?
Bro, have you seen his tattoo?
No, I need to check.
His tattoo's got
talent isn't everything, right?
And then got something crossed out. He's got
talent is crossed out. Yeah,
he
on
looks
his
a bit,
neck.
He looks a bit.
He's giving pretty hard.
Looks a bit gone.
Vibes.
Yeah, it looks a bit gone. But
hey, it might be what we need. Like, you know,
him and
bit of
João
edginess.
Felix.
Bit of edginess, yeah.
How about João Felix?
Hey, he was playing well up until that point. He was playing well.
Listen, we're a walking meme.
He was the best.
We are a walking meme.
He was the best player on the pitch that day, and he was also one who got a red card.
And have you seen the clips of Mason Mount not passing to him?
Yeah, I know. But that's
Mason Mount shook.
Yeah,
like this guy's coming from my position. He played exactly like me. A little bit better, a little bit more flair. I'm not passing to him.
Yeah. He was free once or twice. Didn't get the ball.
I'd be the same.
Oh, look, mate. It is a bit of a meme club. They got back to winning ways. Another club which has been a bit of a meme this season is your club, Cat Liverpool. Klopp said it was the worst display, not only that he's seen from Liverpool, but the worst display he's seen ever. Ever. Now, I think what he means by that, is the worst display he's ever managed, because we've seen some shit.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it's the worst display. Well, I've seen Olan cop double digits to Fiorentina, right? You know, so I think
go back there. Let's not go back there. I got
you
the
know
blue
what?
tick. I got the blue tick now.
Yeah,
I'm on the same level as him.
So he said that was the worst display he's ever coached.
Yes.
3-0 to Brighton. Shout out to Roberto De Zerbi. Brighton have been brilliant. Kat, there's a question here for you, specifically for you. CJ26. What's one player Liverpool need this January to scrap a top 5 finish?
Well, I mean, I said it last week, but I feel like we need someone in that. We need a Sadio Mane stand-in. We need someone to come in.
Do you need another one of those, though? You just picked up, Gakpo now? Like, how many forwards
What is Gakpo? Is he? I thought he was a centre mid.
He's more advanced.
But I think I don't know if they're playing him like that.
Because when I was looking at his clips, he was more like an 8 that can score goals.
Do they need CBs? I know they got good ones, but, you know, Danny Welbeck looked like Paul Gascoigne out there on the weekend.
That goal. How good was that goal?
Yeah.
Flick over, finish first time. Trent was nowhere to be seen. Oh, mate.
It's hard because I feel like we've got a lot of defensive problems right now.
Yeah.
But then I also feel like we're not converting goals either. So for me, it's not one player.
I still think Jude Bellingham's the player for Liverpool.
Well, that's who I said last week.
Yeah.
I do love Jude Bellingham.
I think Jude's the player.
I think you need someone young who's excited and passionate to just come in and like add some flair to the game that they're missing. But I saw that presser where Klopp said it's the worst, not just Liverpool, but just in general. And I thought...
Do you reckon his job's in...
Nah, can't be.
In a bit of fire or no?
Maybe at the end of the season.
Well, remember this curse, right?
Yeah, 7-year Klopp.
Oh, yeah. We said this at the start of the year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
He always struggled.
Mystic Cat.
No. A friend taught me that. I'm not going to claim that one.
Just claim that stuff.
Just
man.
claim it.
No, because
claim it.
No,
Check that.
because he listens and he'll tell me, "Oi, that's mine."
Okay,
but it's a tough one. I haven't enjoyed watching them much.
Sometimes you just got to take these seasons.
That game looked like a FIFA match.
Yeah.
And it was computer against someone controlling Brighton.
Yeah.
It was Brighton's game.
Yeah. Well, you got to take it just like Chelsea have to, and it's good. This is what we love. This is why the Premier League is the best league in the world, because it changes every year, and you get teams coming up and lifting out of absolutely nowhere. We're going to go around Europe just quickly. Napoli put 5 past Juventus.
That was
basically
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, to basically put one hand on the title. I don't know if you saw this. Luciano Spalletti, always been a bridesmaid his whole career. He can never win a title. A bit like Ranieri before Leicester. Can never win a title, but he's a good manager. Finished it. He's just beat Allegri 5-1, and he's gone. And Allegri's tried to. It's a big. In Italy, they got the big running track around.
Oh yeah, I see that one. Yeah,
he's tried to walk into the tunnel, and Spalletti's just followed him. And there's this viral meme of just Spalletti walking behind him with his arm out, like, "You're gonna shake my hand. You're gonna shake my hand," and they walk for like 20 meters next to each other.
No, that's funny as hell.
Is it ever okay not to shake the hand after?
I reckon it's a bit disrespectful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, but they slumped them 5-0.
Yeah, 5-1.
You got to be. You know what? You did better. You guys were the better team.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It
looks worse if you just like.
I agree. You look sour.
You look sour.
You just
exactly.
need to shake the hand and cop the loss.
Yeah.
This is Allegri, right? Like, are we surprised? This is
No.
the same guy who gets a red card.
Yeah, he's a bit of a moaner
For doing this and that.
He's a little
just
bit of a
like
moaner.
that. A bit dramatic.
Yeah, he's a bit dramatic. And sticking in Italy back in while Juventus were playing away from home back in Torino, Kevin Spacey.
That's not where I expected you to go.
Yeah, I'm
not usually in the news for the right reasons. Kevin Spacey allegedly. Doing some bad things in the industry, apparently, to some young actors.
Not good.
Well, on the real, I don't know who that is.
Right, it's this geezer here. You know him. You know him if you see him. You know this guy?
He's
a House of Cards? That's a big one. He's known for House of Cards.
Yeah.
You know this guy?
He got cancelled. That season got cancelled for something.
He got done, but obviously Torino don't know that. So he's gone to Torino and they've given him a Spacey jersey and they've posted about him. Kevin Spacey's in the house.
Oh, no.
Let's hope they have no players under the age of 21 hanging around with Kevin Spacey.
The comments must be giving them absolute fire.
Yeah, so everyone's like, bruv.
When you haven't done a proper check.
You guys need to read the news. He's been
check.
Look, it's all allegedly, but yes, he's being investigated for very bad things. Let's go over to women's football. Massive attendance turned out to see Arsenal play Chelsea at the Emirates. Was that the Emirates game, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was bad because Arsenal's home ground. They only have 4,500 people, but then they play
Boreham Wood, right? Yeah. I think their ground.
Oh, they play at Boreham Wood.
Yeah.
So they only get 4,500. But then the ticket sales for this was 10 times their capacity, so they want to upgrade them. Massive game. Sam Kerr stepped up, scored a vital goal. Fantastic. She needed that, under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Women's World Cup around the corner. She's had a bit of a lackluster season so far.
Yeah.
But, her spot for the Matildas is guaranteed. It's not that she's got to play for that spot. I just think you want to see her doing a bit more at the moment.
Look, I'm no mathematician, but looking at the way the Matildas play, right, they've been playing pretty shit recently. Besides the last break, we've got a big one coming up. They've got 3 teams they're playing. If I was Tony Gustafsson, I'd go like Socceroos 8 years ago when we were pretty average, but we had Tim Cahill still. Get the ball out wide, put it in the box. Because you whip that ball in the box, Sammy Kerr.
Feeder.
There cannot be anyone better in the world at that, which is just quick off the mark, jumping, and directing a header at goal. And that's exactly what Sam Kerr does. So I know we like to play really pretty with the Matildas. I just don't know if it suits her. You got a weapon like that, get the ball wide, make sure you get your best crosses out wide and put the ball in the air. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that, but I think watching the Matildas, one thing I really feel that they are missing is somebody who can shoot those consistent crosses to Sam Kerr.
Right, yeah.
Often we see the likes of Courtney Vine, who's I feel like her position's kind of questionable right now.
Not the most
amazing pace.
Not the most techie.
But and she'll be in the right place, but struggles to get the ball exactly where it needs to be. And I don't know.
Abini, do you reckon she should be getting a call up?
Yes.
Because she hasn't really featured.
She got goal of the week like 2 weeks ago. She's playing really well for Sydney.
I saw she got a what's it called? She made a certain amount of appearances in the A-League.
She's always stuck here, and she's having a fantastic season. Sydney are a level above
everyone. You reckon she needs to go to Europe? Is that why she doesn't feature as much, maybe?
No, I think it's so deep, the issues with the Matildas, and the fact that I think it's something we've talked about, Claudes. the team itself has so many technicalities around how they build out that squad.
The contracts and stuff.
The contracts that makes it really complicated. It's so much more than who's performing
well
domestically
Because I
or
always
overseas.
look at her, whenever I see her, I feel like 1v1, she's
one of the best, without a doubt, in the Liberty A-Leagues. No question. But it comes down to whether Tony Gustafsson is looking at a player who's topping the Liberty A-Leagues, or if he cares more about a Remy Seamson sitting on the bench.
He's having a great
Leicester
holiday.
City.
He's having a great holiday.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying himself, Tony? He's doing a great job.
It's so frustrating to watch because I'm not, and it's a similar story to Arnie. I think going into the World Cup, everyone was a little unsure what his plan was. But in the end, I think he did the right things, but I don't have that same kind of faith in TG.
No, I just think I think if you compare the results and you compare the run in, how he's escaping the criticism that Arnie probably copped, he needs more criticism. I'm not saying criticize the whole squad, but he needs to be questioned more.
I agree. But that goes back to us needing to put that pressure on them, right? Because I think the women's game has been for so long not part of the conversation, so they don't get that pressure.
Yeah,
and the Matildas
we're still celebrating good things, milestones, which we should be doing,
which we do.
But part
we
of the
don't
game growing is challenging things. Yeah, exactly.
And when you
right,
watch a good Matildas, not even a good Matildas performance, you'll just watch a lackluster performance. They'll be like, "Great game from the girls." It's like, you know
needs
what?
more criticism.
You know what? When it's not a good game, we should tell them that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, sometimes we feel like we can't say it, so you
can
gotta
say it.
Well,
as long as
you know what I mean? Like,
Cancellation.
Because again, it gets taken the wrong way. So sometimes I'd rather not say it.
Yeah,
because
but
I don't want.
Maybe
I don't
that's
want
part of the problem. Then
you know?
is we don't feel like we can have that open conversation about the football. It's not about gender. It's just about
it's
football.
not. It's just about football.
It's
It's
just what you see
the
on the
same
pitch.
game. Men, women, it's the same game. So
Exactly.
if you know one of them, you can speak about the other one.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. But look, nonetheless, I actually heard a little birdie told me. We'll move on from this. Little birdie told me Joe Montemurro, Australia manager, doing a great job. Won the league here with Melbourne. Won the Prem WSL with Arsenal. Won the league in Italy with Juventus. Apparently, he was like kind of flicked an expression of interest email when the Matildas job was going, but was not approached at all. However, the US women's national team wined and dined him and flew in to meet him and everything when their job was up for grabs. So he got a lot more respect from the US than he did from his own home country. Little birdie told me that one. Anyway, let's move on. No surprises there. You're going to like this one. Talk about storylines. Saudi Arabia. There's a lot going on in Saudi Arabia.
There always is.
There always is. Plenty of cash. Quite hot over there too. Plenty of football going on too. They play the Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia. Go figure.
Spanish Super Cup is played in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Later this week, you got the Italian Super Cup, also in Saudi Arabia.
What is going on?
Just cash.
Saudis are really investing in football.
Just cash, man.
What
Like you got to understand, these Italians, these Spanish, they'll sell anything.
Yeah.
They'll sell anything.
Everything's for sale.
Everything is for sale for the right price. Barcelona beat Real Madrid in the Super Cup, and Louis Bryan has written in, Real Madrid will go trophyless this season due to selling Casemiro. Thoughts? Olan, I know you...
What?
So he said the reason that they're struggling for it is because they've sold Casemiro.
It's that one guy.
It's that one man.
Nah.
You're not buying that.
I don't think so. They've got more than enough replacements. Obviously, not at the level that he is, but they've got a lot of young players coming through. Obviously, Modric and Kroos are on their way out of there, but they've got Camavinga. Those players that are just if not as good as him, but they're on the same level. If they don't win a trophy, it's not because
Can't blame
not just because of Casemiro.
Casemiro.
No way. It's not because of Casemiro. Not having that.
I don't know. I think no, I'm joking. I really think that's
it's not because of that. I mean, credit to Barcelona. They've come back into the fold. Credit to Xavi's done a great job.
Absolute. I've not seen such a good example of just turning a season around.
Yeah, I know you're wearing the Barca kind of.
Yeah, it's
tribute.
inspired.
Yeah, the Barca tribute kit. I just find Barcelona's that one club that I think growing up you couldn't hate Barcelona. You couldn't, even if you were supporting other teams. They had the best players. Frank Rijkaard, Ronaldinho, young Messi was coming through. Samuel Eto'o. They had all these players. They didn't even have a sponsor. Remember, they used to be UNICEF. They used to give money.
That era was different.
Now
that tiki taka era.
I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him now. Yeah. And I always like Barcelona. I look at him now, especially since Messi left. Fuck off. I don't like him.
Yeah, there's a lot of
this shit
stuff that I just don't
constantly
agree with
treating like legends like shit, halving their salaries, not paying them, kicking people out, changing president, pulling financial levers. I still don't know what the fuck that means, but every time they pull I can't get it. If I don't pay tax, you think I can just pull a lever and get on with it? I don't think I can do that. How come Barca get away with it? Sell the rights to the stadium.
Yeah, I actually can't get over that.
They're sellout.
Spotify Camp Nou.
It's weird to me, man.
I
know what
know
I mean?
that
Yeah.
being a
What a fall from
sellout
grace.
to
Is
some extent
is something
like
going on with
normal,
Ansu
but-
Fati as well? I heard something about his contract. Or they sent him or something.
Probably.
weird.
He's another one.
Yeah.
They're handling it so bad. And
Yeah.
they were like literally broke, and then they signed more players in one window than they've ever signed.
That literally didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about Barcelona. But look, as
And
I said,
somehow turn their whole season around.
they're probably going to win something this year. It looks
Yeah.
like it. I mean, they got daylight at the top of La Liga. They win a trophy, they celebrate it. I used to back in the day used to applaud it. Now I'm just gonna be like, boring.
Wow, Claudes is
Boring.
taking a stand.
No, I'm not a fan of
Yeah, he's
Barcelona
actually
anymore.
taking a stand on
Boycotting
this one.
Barcelona.
They lost me. You won't. I will not clap for you, Barca. I hope that hurts. But one last dance. We go over still to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. As I said, they're hosting everything this week. They're also hosting a special match between the Saudi All Stars. Right, some sort
Saudi
of
All Stars.
or some sort of All Star
So
game
Ronaldo
with
and then
Al
all these
Nassr.
guys.
Yeah,
Ronaldo and everyone else.
Ronaldo's going to play against PSG.
So Ronaldo's playing in the All Stars.
So they have enough money to say, we want to see Ronaldo play Messi one more time, and we're going to organise it. And they're literally organising it. PSG are flying in this week to Saudi Arabia to play a special
Madness.
That
one
is
last Ronaldo versus
That is a
Messi.
madness, bro.
Get money, bro. You can
This
do
is
whatever you
like-
want.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Galactic Football, but yeah, it's like that, man. You ever watched it?
Nah.
It was no. Anyone that knows about it, Shabs, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good childhood.
Yeah.
But,
But hey,
Yeah, it's just-
people will do anything for money.
yeah, it's
That's what it is.
crazy.
That's the moral of the story.
Absolutely
Wow.
crazy.
Apparently, Al Hilal are preparing a bid for Lionel Messi as well. And never
He
seen
would never.
You'd think so, but that's what people said about Ronaldo.
I mean, Ronaldo gave us the whole Piers Morgan interview.
Yeah.
And then he went and done. So we don't know. You can't write anything these days.
It got me thinking about what you would do for money.
Oh, Lord.
It got me thinking about it.
I wouldn't do anything.
Hold on. I was just
Sorry?
Thinking, I was just thinking. Born offside, right? Everyone's constantly being like,
Lord's is pitching this.
everyone's constantly
I
being
feel like this is a pitch.
we want more content. You
Yeah.
know, we want more. We want you guys to do more. Have you guys thought about branching out? Things like OnlyFans, Patreon, all those ones there.
I love he said OnlyFans before Patreon.
It got me thinking. There's nothing wrong with OnlyFans. OnlyFans is not a sexual.
I know
platform.
that. It's
actually
not
not.
what it
You
was
can choose to do
created
whatever
for.
you want for your fans.
Yes.
That's actually,
Right?
yeah, it's true.
Exactly. Now, in saying that, I will go there. How much money would you accept or how many subscribers? Let's say at $20 a month, how many subscribers would you accept to see the Born Offside podcast as it is? Nothing changes except we're completely nude on OnlyFans.
I need at least 200,000.
200k,
I'll do it for 200k.
200k, which is what at $20 a subscriber.
Yeah. I don't know. Shabsy, do the maths.
What?
I'm terrible at maths.
He pulls
That's
up the
10,000
calculator.
subscribers, right? Yeah, that's 10,000 subscribers.
Do you personally have to be making
You
200k
personally have
off
to be making
these?
that.
Yeah.
That's a month though.
Oh, a month.
That's a month because
Oh.
I'm saying, you know, if we're charging
Okay.
$20 a month for our nude Born Offside OnlyFans, how much?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
I'm sick that day.
So
I'll get someone like
We'll bring in staff for that one.
you know
Yeah.
what? We'll get
We got
Nick's-
pillows. We got
Nick's
pillows
stabs
here.
to
we
come
can-
and sit in
can
for me
cover
on
up.
that one.
Anyway, the idea was brought to me by an investor, and I just thought I'd pass it on to you guys.
By an investor.
Because they
He's
were
Saudi
interested.
Arabian as well.
He's Saudi
He's
Arabian.
Saudi, a sheik.
I don't
messaged
think it's
me
a
the
bad
other day.
idea, man. Let us know. DM us. Let us know.
That would be banned in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but
true.
they've got VPNs.
It's haram.
They've got
True.
VPNs.
It's haram.
haram.
Very.
It's haram, but
Inshallah.
It's haram for me, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's fine. We
Anyway,
move.
hey, if the demand is there, I'll never say never. Sticking to people who are doing things they probably shouldn't do and haram, we got to go to the biggest heartbreak story really in football.
I know
at the
where you're
moment.
going.
Piqué and Shakira.
Oh, yes.
We know they broke up last year. That was a big one.
Massive.
And then now it's all coming out. I'm hearing
Yeah.
something new every day. Shakira
Oh, really? A
released-
new woman and stuff?
Well, no, he's with a woman.
He's with the woman he cheated
He's
with.
with the woman
Oh,
who
he
cheated.
stayed with her,
Here's the thing,
okay.
I didn't know about the cheating thing. Like, I didn't know apparently what she was living in their house while Shakira was touring.
I didn't
Oh,
know that.
Lord.
No, I got told this today.
Wow.
That apparently she was living in their
she's
house
a
and
different-
wearing Shakira's
Oh,
clothes.
no.
It's already disrespectful,
That's
but you
far.
have
That is,
completely
that was
That's
a
so
five,
far
but now,
off.
now you're going out the stadium. That's too far. Man said you're wearing
so
my
bad.
missus' clothes. I'd feel sick
That's disgusting, right?
in you wearing my missus' clothes. Like, take that off.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
I
that's-
don't know, but look,
disrespectful.
apparently that happened. Again, we don't know the extent of this. I mean, this is all alleged. But anyway, Shakira released a song basically shitting on Piqué.
Oh,
the entire
really?
Song.
Yeah.
Has it gone? Has it banged?
Oh man, it got I don't know
There's
how
so
many
much-
millions and millions,
millions
of
of
views in the
streams
first
and
24 hours.
There.
Massive song. But look, she's 45.
Yes.
Piqué's 35. Piqué's new missus is 22.
Oh, Lord.
So Piqué's new missus is younger than half of Shakira's age.
So he went
Younger than half.
He said,
Does that make sense?
He said, I'm going
It
young.
works.
Yeah, he went young.
She's old enough to be her mother.
She's old enough to be a mother. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Oh, she's okay. Yep.
Yeah, and she put in the song, she said, you traded a Rolex for a Casio. Now, this has worked out in Piqué's favour because Casio, they were a bit offended by that statement. And they've sponsored his new football league, the Kings League.
I saw
my
that. He was on a
So
Spanish
he's still
show.
taking W's at
He's
the end
still
of the day.
taking dubs.
taking
He's
dubs.
still taking W's.
Piqué was on a show and they were like, how do you feel about everything? And he's like, well, Casio reached out. They
Yeah.
sent us all watches.
Yeah.
Jeez, and those watches probably aren't cheap like that anyway.
Well, they're sponsoring. They're probably paying some good cash.
Yeah.
They're sponsoring his new Kings League, which, by the way, if you haven't heard of it, look it up. Have you seen this Kings League?
Mate, I saw a video on this and I was absolutely bamboozled.
It's sick.
I think we brushed over it, but I didn't
It's
look
7
at it in depth.
Well, it's 7v7. Right, smaller football. There's crazy rules, like the penalties are like the old MLS penalties. They dribble them and stuff.
Yeah.
There's all these random rules. There's mystery players. So last week they played a game and there was a guy dressed up in like a
Rey
proper-
Mysterio.
Look like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
He's a La Liga player that hasn't been approved to play in this. So he's in disguise.
That's mad.
They reckon it's Memphis Depay.
That's so cool.
Why they come up with him for?
Right? Then at
Could be
one
anybody.
point in the game, this scary clown popped out
Yeah,
in
and
the
just-
crowd. And that was Sergio Aguero,
No way.
dressed in a clown outfit. And apparently he's announcing that he's going to have a team in this league now.
But it's such a good idea.
And it's all streamed on Twitch. It's sick.
Oh my!
It was
It's
on
sick.
that.
It's a-
It was on that
it's a-
Twitch stream where
Yeah.
It's a
Piqué was
great
talking about
idea.
the song as
I
well.
love it. I
It's
love
mad.
it. Hopefully they'll start importing some English teams or whatever.
They're
Like
gonna-
David
yeah.
Beckham gets a team and just.
Well,
chucks it
Chicharito
in.
was playing. It's going to be so random, man. He's announced that there's
How
going to
do
be.
you get to play it? I want to play in it.
I wouldn't mind it. I
love
reckon
playing it.
if it came here, I reckon we'd be a shout.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
reckon
Born
we'd be a
offside
shout.
crew. Yeah,
Born offside crew. There's a Queens League launching in May.
Love that.
Right. So, mate, credit to Gerrard Piqué. He's you know,
doing stuff.
I mean, it's
Oh,
not
you
right
know.
to put
He's
your...
doing a lot.
I mean,
mistress.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean.
You know what I
He's
mean?
doing a lot.
It's not right to have your mistress dressed in your missus'
No.
clothes, but to launch a league like that,
I don't
kinda
stand,
balances out.
obviously don't stand for any of the shit he's doing in his personal life, but that stuff's great.
that stuff's pretty cool.
He's profiting off marketing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. Look, he is. But anyway, let's go to some of the questions that were sent in for us. Simon Giraldo, what are the prizes for the Fantasy Premier League? Kat, you're in charge of Fantasy Prem, aren't you?
Am I?
Where's everyone sitting in
I
it?
haven't
I don't
opened the
know.
app in a
I don't
while.
know. I don't play normal fantasy. I only play draft. So I think I'm doing really shit.
I haven't opened the app in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
said I haven't
I,
opened it.
You've given up on fantasy.
I
is-
might
You used
them-
to be like fantasy
I
was
know.
like your fetish.
I know.
Now you've given
there
up on
may
it.
be a resurgence, but I just feel like it was
was
draining.
just
It was
going-
draining the fun out of the game for me. I
Oh,
just couldn't open the
really?
app for a
Just
bit.
because you poo at it.
Baseball.
Or because
You're having a terrible season. That's all it is. You know, like,
It's like I'm giving up.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, but
opening
it's
the
not
app
like
anymore.
I'm trying to turn it around, am I?
Yeah, you're a fantasy cat for a while.
I'm not.
So.
I'm not proud.
No.
Okay. I'm not proud
It's all right,
of
we'll
these.
we'll take it
I'm
out.
being honest and transparent.
Well,
with
Simon, we'll get back to you on prizes. We're definitely going to give away something. I don't even know what we're
you. Simon
giving away.
must be doing pretty well. To
Simon,
wanna
you
know.
must be towards the top, bro. And
Yeah.
let me get back to you next week. I'm going to have a look at Fantasy Prem. I haven't opened it. Go, dust it off.
We'll
dust off
revisit
the
it
book.
next week.
And they'll have a look. Caleb Bora has asked thoughts on Garnacho from Man United. He's looking like a real talent. Set up that goal for Marcus Rashford. Twist, turn. I believe it was
really
youngest-
young one, right? I
Yeah.
think it's like 18. Was
Super
it
young.
18?
One of the youngest players in Man United history to assist in the Premier League. He looks
Yeah.
like a real
He
deal.
looks like a proper.
You know what I love about him?
Proper player. What about him?
Apparently he's a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy. Like he loves Ronaldo. He
Cute.
wears the CR7 undies when he plays.
No.
Yeah, he's like
That's
he's got
cute.
everything
I like
CR7.
that.
No, I love that. Yeah, because there was a clip came out when he. I think there was something when he was younger, and then when before Ronaldo left, they
Yeah.
got a picture.
They got a
or
picture together,
He set him up or something
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
a moment for him. You could see he was emotional and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So yeah, big him up. He seems like a big talent.
And you see how much it means to these players. It's all
That's
Rodrigo
what I was
from
exactly
Real
going
Madrid.
to
Did
say.
you see that?
Yeah. When they love the club like that,
Yeah.
that much, and they're
Yeah.
just that passionate, and they're also doing that.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you want to see.
Because you forget they're fans. Like there's a massive
Yeah.
generation gap between the older guys and the younger guys. They grew up idolizing them. Think about when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
Imagine you go on to play with those
And you're
guys.
playing-
That's
it's-
so wild.
It's insane.
Yeah, no, he's a top talent, and I'm really enjoying watching him play. I'd like to see him start more for Man United. It's probably what I guess a lot of people expected from Jadon Sancho. They're seeing from Garnacho, which is quite interesting. Caleb Ryan, what club are you each playing for this year? I'm back playing, but these two here sti're still free agents at the
I'm
moment.
still a free agent. I have no idea. I tried to join UNSW, no visa players, no visa
This is
spot.
the visa spots are killing Olan, unless you get married.
Yeah, unless I get married and I become a permanent residency and I don't take up a visa pot. But visa pot. Anyway, but yeah, I'll probably just go back and play at Northbridge, honestly.
Yeah.
With my mates.
Little local football. Are you playing, Kat?
I'm undecided. The issue for me is just the Sunday games because of work and stuff, especially now because like I'm working Saturdays. Just don't know what to do with myself. But if I do play, it will be with Strathfield Strikers.
But if there is an NPL club that has a visa spot,
reach out.
Because all they keep saying, well, you got a visa spot. Oh, mate, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, do they think you're Australian?
Yeah,
do they think you sound Australian?
I think people just think because I've been here.
That you probably have.
Well, you need at least 5 years, to become Australian.
Yeah, 5 players. Oh, you need permanent residency.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
but
anyway.
we could just do like a Born Offside team that plays.
Speak for yourself. I'm playing. I'm signed.
In addition.
Speak
We
for
will
yourself.
do that eventually.
No, we should. We definitely should.
We will do that.
Small-sided, we should, and we'll build our own little ultimate team. Which Olan, you're doing at the moment, right? We're all going to be part of your little ultimate team next week for the FA Cup.
We will be for the FA Cup that's coming to Sydney, sponsored by Paramount.
The actual
Plus.
FA Cup trophy is coming to Sydney, guys. Paramount Plus is bringing it out. Olan's building his own ultimate team. When I heard that, I was like, this motherfucker better pick me.
Yeah.
And you did. You put me next to you at centre back.
You guys are in. So.
What are you going to tell me?
I like that. You know, I laughed at because you put like you put. Wait, is the team announced yet?
Nah, it comes out to.
Oh, so I shouldn't say anything
today.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Tomorrow.
I won't say anything.
Well, this comes out tomorrow anyway.
Well, I laughed at who you put at left and right back because I was like, yeah, those two don't strike me like they can play football either.
You'll see it in the video.
Anyway, there's a chance for you guys to also join the team, so make sure you check that out. Whatever Olan's working on, follow him. He's blue tick now, so make sure you're following him. Follow all of us. Follow Born Offside, and we'll keep you up to date with absolutely everything, guys. Been a pleasure to hear from you again, chat to you again, and you best be sure we're going to be here next week. But even before that, we've got a special edition episode with Nick Stav rolling in. We love when Stav rolls in.
We love it.
Plenty of banter. We're going to be making our all-time Premier League 11, but it's got a twist. You're not going to want to miss this. It's going to get heated. Me and Olan will probably punch on. So you want to listen to this one. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
See ya.